right, y'all. Welcome to another episode of the Starchildjr Stuffs and Thangs podcast. And this week, I have another special guest because, as he likes to say, because family matters, I brought my brother, Darius McCrary, onto the show today. Welcome to the podcast, sir.
Thank you, little brother. It is a pleasure to be here to serve some more with you.
Oh man, it's a pleasure to have you, brother Taurus.
Hey, man, we birthday trending twin, man. We a day apart.
Yeah, I know. We was doing it up last year. Remember, we had the nice
Yep,
little Hollywood.
we're gonna do that again, man. We might be able to take that on the road, man. Make it a birthday tour.
Yeah, I know. Whenever this COVID leaves us alone, we could get back out there and do it for real.
Yeah, man. That was a whole lot of fun, man. What was so cool though was being able to party with you for your birthday to celebrate you, because I'm just so proud of you. I tell you all the time, G. You just picked up the torch and just ran with it, man. And you ain't no signs of slowing down. It's just such a natural progression, man, for you.
I appreciate it, man.
The legacy is so deep. But then it was so cool, too, to also be able to celebrate your dad, man.
Yes, indeed.
And it's such an honor that I was blessed to have that relationship that I had with your dad that was so special, man. I mean, he wasn't just a friend to me. He was a mentor to me, man. And I'm not going to tell you about your dad, but I mean, we always have stories and discussions about him, man, and his impression that he left on music, period, not just the funk, music, period, man. It's just indelible, and that's the same kind of impression and mark that he left on my life, man. So when we connected, I remember the first time we linked up, man, musically, it was just so cool, man, because it was almost as if the legacy, once again, he had handed you the baton, man, for us to run too.
Yeah, and I was fresh back out there, so you know what I'm saying. I'm out there. I'm like, wow, this is Darius McCrary, man. I don't even really want to talk to this dude. You know what I'm saying? And you were just so cool, man. You know what I'm saying? You were just so cool and just, you know what I mean, just outgoing or whatever, made it easy. You know what I mean? I was kind of honored that you even invited me to come record with you. You know what I'm saying? In the beginning.
So you guys, for those to fill you in, Garrett and I, our first session, there's a tradition, a P-Funk tradition. After the show, we always end up in the studio one way or another somehow. And his dad, Garrett, really was a major influence, a major motivating force of making sure that happened. And we would get a studio, man. We would go record, and all the cats, whether it was Mike Hampton, everybody, man. We used to just get together and just go record.
Yeah.
And so we carried on in that tradition. And Poo Poo Man, who I love working with so much, another one of my great mentors. That's our guy.
Yeah.
We had this record that we had wrote. And we ended up in Michigan in Mark Bass's studio.
Yeah.
And Kenny Olson came through. It was just turned out to be an all-star jam. And that was the magic, man, of those recording sessions after. That tradition is it would always turn out to be an all-star situation, man, where you never knew who was going to show up.
Yeah. And those are the magic hours too, man. Those hours, So
yes.
That's, everybody's still kind of charged from the show or whatever, man. Like people don't understand. Like you crash at some point, but that immediate energy after you just finished performing, man. You know what I'm saying? You still kind of charged, man. You still got energy, so. The ideal thing is to go hit the studio afterwards, man, and go make some magic, man.
Make sure it's recorded, man, that it's
That's
there.
Right.
Prince used to play for hours after his shows. And I think that they would record some of those shows, but he was just jam.
Yeah, I could.
And it's like, I was blessed to catch some of those jam sessions, like oh my God, I mean, you're actually going to play this song that you wrote that nobody's ever heard you play, and you're just going to sit here and just do this to us like this. Wow. But I'm not going to front though, man. It's something about, like you said, being able to catch that energy and to record it, man.
Yeah, man.
You come up with it's almost like you're harnessing this amazing energy from this live wire, man, and plugging it in, you know?
And they the professionals at that. That's how they make their living like that, man. So, you know, they the kings of that one. And you got a chance to sit on and be a fly on the wall and watch Prince jam. You know, like you told me stories about Michael Jackson and shit, man. You could look. How about this? First and foremost, all right. So y'all know Darius from the Scream, man. Darius is like he's like that guy that's in all the movies. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn, that's Darius McCrary. You know, he's in all the movies. He's that guy. But a lot of y'all don't realize is his background is really music, man. His fathers and his uncles, they are some heavyweight musicians, and they used to play for the Jacksons back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So Darius got a lot of cool Michael Jackson stories. And the first time I met you, you told me a story about him that had me on the floor.
So wait, this is about the first time I met him, right? He used to have these theme parties, you know, like Peter Pan or like Pirates of the Caribbean. This particular party was Star Wars.
I think I saw pictures.
Yeah. This was a legendary party, man. And it was like, you know, they were experimenting with the floor that lit up and Billie Jean. That was there. And yes, my dad's group, the McCrarys, opened for the Jacksons, and he loved my family, loved my Aunt Linda. In fact, they went on for years to sing behind Michael on several records with Andre Crouch, who they worked very closely with. That was Uncle Andre. He's got Uncle Andre was like godfather to like 3 of the kids in the family, like my brother, my cousin, another cousin. But anyway, dope. Yeah, man. But anyway, there's this theme party, and so it was crazy because, you know, you saw Chewbacca, and it was like smoke, and, you know, you see a stormtrooper, and I mean, and they looked great. I mean, they were. I mean, like these were the like it was like 20th Century Fox gave them. George Lucas gave. I mean, it's Michael Jackson. Hello.
Right.
Gave them the costumes. So the thing about this party that made it really weird, man, was you didn't just see the stormtroopers and you didn't just see, you know, Chewbacca, but you also saw Carrie Fisher, but she had her hair down, which made it very real. You know, you also saw Billy D. Williams, Mark Hamill. You saw, you know, but he was in a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh yeah.
So when you look over and you see Darth Vader, and whoever this dude was, he was earning his money. I mean, gee, he was earning it because he had the lightsaber, the real lightsaber. He was walking around. He was looming. He was, you know, it was crazy. So Michael, he's having the time of his life. You know, I mean, off the walls, just come out. You know, going in to start working on Thriller, and you know,
he's got Star Wars characters.
Yeah, man. Me, I'm a 5-year-old kid and I'm scared shitless. And Michael comes over and he says, "Are you having fun?" And I looked, shook my head, no. He goes, "No, why?" I looked at him, I said, "Because I'm scared." He said, "Why are you scared?" And I pointed, you know, and he said, "Do you want to dance?" I said, "No." He said, "Well, why not?" I pointed to Darth Vader. I said, "He's going to get me." He said, he won't get you. I'll protect you from him. I looked at Michael. I looked at Darth Vader. I think we all saw what he did to Luke's hand, man. I mean, this is Darth Vader, man. What the hell are you talking about, man? He said, "I'll protect you from him." I said, "How can you protect me from him?" He said, "Because I got the Force." He held out his hand. He said, "Woo!" And we danced all night, man. We danced all night. And the pictures ended up in jets
Yeah.
Magazine's week's best photo.
That's why I saw the picture in Jet Magazine. I remember that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, man.
dope, man.
It
So
was kind
that's
of like my initiation.
I was just about to say that's like your introduction to show business, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
interesting. So so what was your first acting gig, man? Tell me about your first acting gig.
First acting gig was well, I had been involved with performances before. My dad always had things that he was doing, and he would bring me in to work with singers like Mike Murdoch, um, um, Mac Davis. And so, I was accustomed to going to these rehearsals and being around him. I was always singing as a kid. Pat Boone. I was on the back of a Pat Boone's album cover. But the
Wow.
first official real gig came because I was at rehearsal with my father on a show he was doing called Don't Get Got Started. He did the music for this off-Broadway production with Marvin Winans.
Okay.
Um, which he was partly responsible for discovering the Winans family and putting BB and CC on as well, but that's another story.
Wow, that's
Um,
dope. Save
yeah,
that for another show.
yeah. We'll come back to that. Yeah. So there was a movie called Big Shots, and they were auditioning, and there's an amazing woman who I give her all the glory I can every chance I get. Her name is Chip Fields.
Big
Auntie Chip
Fields.
is one of the premier Black actresses, pioneering Black actresses. I mean, all y'all. I mean, from Vivica to Angela. I mean, they all owe Chip. Chip, Janet Dubois. Um, you know,
Malona.
um, Roxy Rocker. I mean, these sisters back then, they just did some amazing things and opened some amazing doors. But Chip later became a director, and she's one of the greatest acting coaches ever. She got a call for this role called Big Shots. Scam was the role. Big Shots was the movie. And this is back when, man, they were auditioning. I think they went through like 5,000 kids from LA to Chicago to New York, man. And by the grace of God, Lynn Stallmaster, who's one of the great casting directors in Hollywood history, he saw me personally. And then they flew me to Chicago, and I ended up booking the movie, man. It was called Big Shots from Mr. Ivan Reitman.
Big
Yeah,
Shots. Ivan
yeah,
Reitman.
that's where it all started.
One of my favorite movies as a kid, I must say. And I will go ahead and say, I've told you this before, but I'll say it while we got it documented. A movie that inspired me as a young kid. It made me realize that I could be an entertainer, because your performance was brilliant in that movie. I got to give you kudos. And, that's another reason why I guess I was kind of so awestruck when I finally met you for the first time. Because it's like, wow, this is the dude who kind of sparked it in me. You know what I'm saying? And here he is trying to, actually like talking to me, man. This is so damn cool. And I'm not I'm not a
You,
starstruck dude. I've been
you are.
around
That is
stars.
the last thing. I mean, dude, you grew up like me. You grew up around. I mean, come on, man. This
Well,
is amazing.
I grew up watching it. You know what I'm saying? I grew up watching it. It's another thing when you can get a chance to actually see someone, especially as a kid, when you can see someone your age actually like carry a movie or carry a show. You know what I'm saying? It's one thing to watch your father do it, because it's something to be like, man, when I grow up, I want to do that. You
That's
know,
what I say,
yeah,
right?
yeah, but to see you, you do it, and all your peers from that era, because I'm telling you, I was such a movie buff, man. Like your peers, to see you guys do it at your ages, it made me realize it's like, wow, I don't even have to wait till I get my dad's age. I could
Well,
actually do this shit now.
that's what's so special about our gifts is you never know who you're inspiring, man.
Yeah,
And I see when I hear that story, and we talked about this, like you said, G. That is what inspires me. When I hear that, man, and that's part of what made me like, wow, this is really cool, man. That we are as close as we are. We family, man. That's so cool. It to me is indicative of what we call full circle, man.
right on.
Yeah, man. That when you find moments like that, that's how you know you're where you're supposed to be, and you're who you're supposed to be with, and you know that your gifts are working and they're doing their jobs, man. You
Right
know,
on.
because there's a lot of cats, man, out there, you know, who are doing some great things and amazing things, man. But you can never judge your life by another man's success. And you know, for me, man, when I hear those stories and when I hear those words like that, it lets me know I'm right where I'm supposed to be, man. So I wouldn't change in any of it for anything, man. And
Well, if you didn't
that's
know
so
that,
dope.
if you
I'm
didn't
so
know that,
proud of you, man.
thank
You
you,
my
bro.
guy.
I appreciate you, man. Well, thank you for the inspiration, sir. You know what I'm saying? And I was gonna say, if you didn't realize it after you beat out 5,000 other kids for the role, then you know you are a humble brother.
You know what, man? The thing about that is that uh, I don't even think there was ever a time where I was even thinking about the other 5,000 kids.
I
I,
dig
I
it.
just knew that I knew in my heart that I was on a path, and I think that kind of happens with every project um, that I've been blessed to touch, whether it's a $10 million movie, you know, whether I'm standing opposite Robert De Niro, or whether it's an independent $500,000 movie. I really do believe that it's all a part of a bigger picture, and the bigger picture is to make sure that we continue to inspire.
Right on.
That's what it's about, man. And
Right
if we're
on.
not doing that, it's attached to something else that can really come back and bite you in the ass later on.
That's right, man. That's right. And it pays to have the right perspective on this, man, too. You know, that's what it's really about, man. When you can inspire others, that's what you're out here doing, you know, because your work, that's what it does for the people that are viewing you, man. You know, they get through their tough lives by kind of living vicariously through us. You know what I mean? So we got to keep perspective on that. So I dig it, bro. I dig it.
Man, think about it, man. I mean, man, so wide you can't get around it.
You know,
So low you can't get
can't get
under it.
under it. That's right.
So high you can't get over it.
So high you can't get over it. You know it.
How did it make you feel? Just how did it just make you feel just singing that? You know
Oh,
what I'm
it
saying?
makes you feel like it's designed to make you feel, man. That's feel good music. That's uplifting music. So I feel uplifted. You know what I'm
You know?
saying? It makes you want to poke your chest out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I've always watched my father perform that song with such swag. You know what I'm saying? And now that I get a chance to do that song, and you know, when I can step up there and do it, I kind of feel it. It's the music. It's the whole vibe of that song. Just kind of makes you go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what I'm saying? For me, being able to have seen your dad do that, I was blessed to be. Hell, I'm on stage when he be
right,
doing it. Just like I'm on stage when you be doing it. And to
right.
watch this generation that I'm just like, it's like, wow. I mean, I was blessed to be able to sing with your dad, and I'm blessed to be able to sing with you.
Oh
Man,
man, the blessing is reciprocated, bro. It's
that's
felt as
crazy, man.
reciprocal.
Yeah.
So all right. So with that, now we just talked about big shots. Your next, your we'll say you got your big shot with this one. You did Mississippi Burning next, and you really is that the first time that you really got to act opposite some like heavyweights? Because you in that one with Gene
Well,
Hackman and Willem Dafoe.
no. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the heavyweights and big shots. Paul Winfield, the
Uh,
late great.
you're right. You no, I don't
B.
want to.
Richards,
I
Robert
don't.
Prosky.
I don't
I mean,
mean
they
to.
had some hogs. Bren Thurman. I mean, they had some hogs
You're
in
right.
big shot.
You're right. I did not mean
I mean,
to
no,
belittle
not at all.
anybody.
But the subject matter, the content, the director, it was completely night and day. It was like going from a Bentley to a Rolls Royce. I mean,
Right.
what's better? You
Right.
know, I mean,
Right.
what you gonna do? you know, uh, and then the content, and then the director, Alan Parker, a completely different director from Robert Mandel, who's a wonderful man. You know, and it was a lot more intense, a lot more tense is what it was. We filmed in Mississippi where they were picketing. They didn't want the movie filmed there. It was pretty rough.
Wow.
And it was a lot of tension on set. And I just remember Gene Hackman being a wonderful, wonderful man. Excuse me. And, you know, I have to give props not only to my mother, who was my manager then, but to my agent at the time as well, a woman by the name of Iris Burton, who, I mean, it was just a whole nother school, man. You know, the agency that discovered me was an agency called Greenvine Agency. But they looked for the right projects for you. They placed you, I mean, they made sure that it wasn't just a fluke because they saw my ability, my talents, my gifts, and they made sure that they placed me in front of the right people, people who weren't going to waste my time and people who weren't going to misuse their position to take advantage of me as an individual.
Right.
Because that happens so much, and we hear so many horror stories, especially today, where stories are coming out 30 years later.
Yeah,
you
horrible
know,
story.
Horrible stories, man. You know, and as a child, you know, you really have to really be well protected and insulated, because that's a whole nother demon that comes with that. And we've all heard the horror stories. You know, to steal the innocence of a lot of these child actors. So
thank goodness for
Mississippi
your
Burning.
mother, man.
I mean, my mom didn't play. My mom shot somebody.
I know that's right.
Yeah. You know, anybody that got they shot after I was 18.
What gonna happen on Mama McCrary's watch?
Yeah, and she still was on their head.
I know that's right.
But by then they had to deal with me, so you know.
Yeah, well, she gives you the game. That's what you get blessed with. She starts putting you up on the game so that once you turn 18, you already know I ain't falling for this bullshit.
That part.
Yes, indeed.
You know? And that's why, you know, I got in some trouble a while back, man, where I said anybody who, you know, does this after a certain amount of time, you really have to question their motives. I'm gonna say this. Just like there are people who are running around saying, oh, I was touched wrongly, or I was, you know, someone abused their power sexually. The same thing is taking place for years with us as Black people, where there have been people in power who aren't Black who stepped and said some of the most disgusting, some of the ugliest things that you can imagine somebody coming to a Black person and saying, without using the N-word,
mm-hmm.
but the stuff that they say to you. I'm talking about if I was not in control of, because you can't control what somebody says or does, but what you can't control is how you react and what you do.
Right.
And if I would not have spent so many years working on myself, y'all saw me famous for the wrong reasons. You know, I mean, I've had some stuff said to me by some high up cats, man, you know, in regards to, you know, what Black people have to take and what we have to do, and, you know, and how we just have to learn to do what our people have done for years. And, you know, you get a lot further, and, you'll get your, you'll get yours. Just, you know, we got a little something for you, you know.
Man, I can only, like, people have no idea what you have to go through behind the scenes, man. So I can only imagine, you know, and that era too, you know, how tough it was, you know, but, you know, bless.
By the grace of God, here I am, man. And,
bless you for persevering, bro.
I'll write a book about it one day.
I know that's right.
On that particular movie, Mississippi Burning, I actually was injured. Such a great cast. Brad Dourif,
Michael Rooker,
Michael Rooker, Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, man.
I mean, Gene had such an amazing, amazing group of people, man. Just a good group of people. We all knew, we all felt it. And it was an honor to be a part of that cast and to be the little boy who was able to stand up. You look at that time and you see just how far we haven't come. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How much work we really have to do.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I've said the same thing, man. We'll get to that. We getting there. Getting there.
Yeah.
All right, so real quick, we got to talk about Eddie Winslow.
That's my homeboy.
I know that's your homeboy. Look, that's one thing that I notice and that I love about you, because I see how some folks, they get kind of synonymous with a certain role and feel like they can't get away from it, and it kind of agitates the hell out of them. But I check you out, and like I said, I can tell. I'm like, I said, Darius, man, Eddie is his boy.
It's my partner, man. We robbed the bank together, man. We made a whole lot of money together.
Don't tell him all that.
I mean, we
don't confess on my show all that.
I got to hang out with Michael Jordan because of him, man. I got to hang out with so many beautiful young starlets because of Eddie Winslow. Why would I be mad at that guy at all, man? I mean, come on.
And you got
to
become
with Tracy Spencer,
right?
I got to sing with Shanice Wilson because of Eddie Winslow.
I was jealous. Watching that.
Bobby Brown became great friends because of Eddie Winslow. I mean,
bruh. And then you became a part of America's households on Friday night as Eddie Winslow. All of a sudden, everybody was seeing you, and I was checking you out like, hey, that's my man from Big Shots right there. He done grew up a little bit. They got him on television.
Crazy? Isn't that crazy how Big Shots was in Chicago? And I was this kid, and then Family Matters is in Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago is your money town, bro.
I'm going back.
I know that's right.
I'm coming home, Shy.
Yeah, that's when it comes full circle for you, bro.
Hey, you better talk that talk from your lips to God's ears, little brother.
Right. That's right. So that ended up being how everyone became to know you all of a sudden because of Eddie Winslow. And I have Eddie Winslow on my show tonight because family matters, y'all. And not just because it's Eddie Winslow, because that's my brother right there, man. And I love him to death. Oh, and what we talking about?
My guy.
Look,
this is so much fun. And y'all don't know how me and Garrett hang out, man. And I'm so proud of him, man. Like,
yeah, this is how we kick it all the time.
Yeah. Aside from just being hella cool though, man, and being a dope musician, man, it's like, man, you really are the next phase and the next wave of this thing, man. And I'm telling you, man, I heard some shit that you playing the other day, man. I just shook my head. I said, that shit's so damn bad.
Yeah, man, I'm about to put my next record out. I'm calling it Pandemic.
I love it.
I just put the single out a month or so ago. It's called Cabin Fever.
So I saw that. That thing fire. That thing fire.
Yeah, so the album was.
We got to finish our thing too, man.
Yeah, you got to send me some tracks, man. You know what
I'm
saying? I'm always in here working when I'm not working on this thing. This thing became another animal for me, so I didn't realize that this was going to be more than me just sitting in front of a camera, especially when I started bringing guests on. It's like, oh, I got to do like research and, now I got to actually put a show together. And I'm still trying to get my technicals together so that I can just bring you guys on live with me on Friday so I don't have to pre-record these things.
Well, the cool thing about it, man, is pre-recording it, you get to break it up into the segments.
That's true.
You can drop the sound bites and stuff, man. And you're doing such a great job, man. I mean, what do you think was going to happen when you start bringing on Uncle Flea and these great guests, man? Everybody loves you. What you think?
Yeah, I said I asked for it. Now I got it. It's all good. So
you handling it.
So let's get to the things that. Oh, hold up. James Brown, man. And you did James Brown on the night that they had P-Funk on the show.
How crazy how crazy is that, man? When I got the offer, I don't think I got a chance to read the script. They told me later that was part of it. Because I was like, we play James Brown. Like, I'm like a foot taller than him right now.
That's what my partner was watching with me saying. He's like, man, he's kind of tall to be playing James Brown.
So I said too. But you know though, man, Robbie Reed is an amazing casting director. Man, when Robbie calls you for something, I just stop questioning it. You know, she sees things. Yeah, man, it's like having an amazing producer that knows your instrument, knows your voice, and you know they ask you to do stuff, and you're questioning it, but they just know what the canvas is gonna look like after you hit it with the stroke. You know,
Right.
So yeah, man. So you know, Robbie asked me to be a part of that. Amazing cast, amazing group of people. Sinqua, he does an amazing job playing Don.
Yeah, he's good.
Cornelius.
He's really
good. He's really good, man.
Really good.
And I went outside to my name and I told my James, you know.
Yeah,
I was trying to poo-poo a whole lot. Poo-poo talking James. And I went on, you know, everybody called him Mr. Brown. I even called George. Called George. Talk to G, and, you know, and every time I'm on a show, I want to talk about him, and I call him, and I just never broke character, and I talked to everybody, you know, about the times that I met Mr. Brown, and I had to do what I had to do, you know. It was good.
It killed me. Man came in and said, it's either a drink or it's a gun. It's your choice. When I realized what was going on with the storyline with that, man, you know, I was on the floor. I was like, man, I'm so glad that I caught this tonight, man. This is the best shit ever.
Is that hilarious?
Yeah. I was on Twitter. I was like, that shit is so fucking hilarious. I said, it's not true, but I said, it's not quite how it happened. I said, but it's funny as hell. God damn, I loved it. I love it. You know what else though? You fucked me up. Young Jock playing my dad, right?
Right.
So that was pretty funny for me. But now somebody had actually sent me the call for that thing. Was like, man, you should audition to play your dad. And
oh my God, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, I you know, I was gonna do it, but I didn't have all the headshots and all of that you gotta, that you know, you actors have to have. You know, I don't have.
Man, I wish you called me. That would have been hilarious.
Yeah, I got to get my actor's portfolio up.
Yeah, man, it's a bunch of stuff, man. That G be right for you. Yeah, come on, man, come on, G.
Yeah, hey, I'm down. I got my little acting chops, you know what I'm saying? I'm brushing them off. I'm ready, man. I don't know if I'm ready for Hollywood, but I can come visit and do some movies.
You know, man.
I don't want to stay.
You know a lot of people, man. You know, so you'll be all right.
Yeah, man. That's how I look at it too. You know, I'm grown, so they can't get me in Hollywood now. Ain't
nah, you good. You good.
I already know the game now, so they can't fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? So check it out, man. We down to about our last 3 minutes. So I'm gonna go ahead and so now hold up. You Monogamy. What's this thing that you've been doing lately?
Monogamy is a show. I am a co-executive producer with a great group of people. Karen Ward Ross, Joe Marie Jones, Vanessa Simmons, Wesley Jonathan, Lou Kimmel, Christy Ferris, and Brian White. And it was created by Craig Ross Jr. And it's a show about relationships. It's on a streaming platform called UMC. And
UMC?
UMC, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So be back, just renewed for a third season. And so it's doing some cool things, man. It's a great group of people to work with, really talented group of people, great producers, and very talented and eclectic, independent project is what it is. So
okay.
y'all check that out. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. On UMC, go check that streaming platform out and check out Monogamy, man. That's my man Darius. And tell them about your single, man, Scars and Stripes.
Scars and Stripes, you guys. It's a song that was inspired from pain. And it's just, remember that we are uncovering a lot of scars right now, you guys. And we don't have to be ashamed of them anymore. Wear all these scars with pride. There's things that have happened to us. Talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we've been through. Let's talk about what we haven't achieved. You know, and it's a song of recognition. It's a song of recognizing and understanding that we've been marching since the 60s. Your grandparents were marching. Like, how much longer are we gonna march before we get to where we're going?
Right on.
So we have to close the gap and create some change. And we got to learn to wear these scars as stars. And the more scars you have, the higher in rank you are. So someone in your job or something's happened to you, or you've been a victim of racial injustice, social injustice, you know, if you have been touched or approached in the wrong way, don't wait to talk about it. Talk about it now.
Right.
You know, and understand that your scars may help somebody else achieve grasping their stars, which turns your scars into stars. And that's what this thing is about, man. Scars and stripes. We all got them.
Okay. And that's available on all streaming platforms, yeah?
All platforms, yeah, man. I had the pleasure of working with El DeBarge on that record. El came and set it and played for me, man.
Uncle El.
Angelo Moore arranged horns and played for me, man. Cornelius Mims came and played for me because I asked him. You know, I worked with Javon Dawkins, Eric Dawkins, Candace Wakefield came and lent her beautiful voice,
nice.
you know, and worked with me. Yeah, my cousin Quincy McCrary played on the record. I played on the record. My brother Donnie. I mean, it was just a great old-fashioned jam session, man. It was really cool working on the record, man. And you know, it's indicative of some things to come. So we actually are doing a challenge. We're doing a Scars and Stripes video challenge. I'm challenging you editors who are ready to step up and become directors to take the song and edit something special to it and put your twist on it and let us see how you feel about the Scars and Stripes of this nation.
Oh, sweet. Send me that, man. I'll repost that.
Dope.
Yes,
Dope.
indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, man. Well, I appreciate you gracing my show with your presence today, man. From the man who brought you Gerald Levert. You becoming a character actor these days, man. You doing.
That's the last thing I want to do, man. I don't even know. You know, I think I don't know what to do, man. Some great things are gonna be happening in the future, man. You know,
man,
we're gonna be rocking.
You do what you do, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you that dude. You the supernova, man. You just out here just knocking them all out. Whatever role they get you, you just knock it on out the park, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, the world coming from the Starchild, man. Hey, and there's gonna be some stuff coming from us real soon, man. We might take this act on the road, man. You know,
that's right.
Once we get in position, you know.
Yes, and see, once it's safe, we'll be out there.
Yeah,
man. All right, man. Well. Again, man, I appreciate you coming. You feel free to come and grace my show with your presence anytime we kick the fat, man. I'll drum up some more questions to ask you so we can act like it's an interview.
You good at this thing, Starchild.
Thank you, man. I told you I'm gonna find me a platform. I'm a chameleon. That's what I am. I'm gonna adapt. I'm an entertainer. I'm more than.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm an entertainer, is what I am.
That's what
You know what I'm saying?
All right, bro. Well, shoot, man. Hit me. Let me know, man. We'll make it do what it do.
All right, man.